solid state. So actually matters are classified into three types: solids, liquids and gases. So matters are classified three types: solid, liquid and gas. The major differences between these three is force of attraction. If we see first force of attraction. Force of attraction in solids is very high, in liquids high, or you can write less, in gas very less. So when force of attractions are high, interatomic spaces or intermolecular spaces will be very less. So based on that, next property we can write interatomic space. Interatomic space in solids very less, in liquids less, in gases we can write high, because in gases intermolecular forces are very less. When intermolecular forces are less, all the atoms and molecules will be apart. So intermolecular spaces will be very high. Next, shape. Shape. Solids will have a definite shape. They have the definite shape. Liquids indefinite shape. Indefinite shape. Even gases also will have indefinite shape. Indefinite shapes. Next, volume. Volume for solids will be fixed. They occupy one fixed value. Liquid also will occupy fixed value. But when you come to the gases, not fixed. Similarly, if you see one more, compressibility. Compressibility. Solids compressibility not possible. Not possible. Liquids very less, and solids high compressible. Gases are highly compressible. Next, surface areas. Surface areas if you take. So what is surface area? The outer part of a matter which is exposed to the atmosphere. Outer part of a matter which is exposed to the atmosphere will be called as a surface. For solids if you take, will have infinity surface areas are present. Infinity surface areas are present. So how infinity surface areas will come? If you take a sphere, for a sphere that becomes that layer becomes as an external part of a matter which is exposed to the atmosphere. So for sphere I can take one surface area. If you take a cone shape, like this, when cone is taken, here two surface areas will come. This is one, it is two. One is round, another one base. So for the cone shape, we have the two surface areas. Same way, if I take cylindrical, if this is taken, for this three surface areas will come. This is one, it is two, it is three. So total number of surface areas for cylindrical shape is 3. If you take trigonal pyramidal, If you take trigonal pyramidal, for a trigonal pyramidal, you will have the total 4 surface areas. Pyramidal, trigonal pyramidal, 3 phases, base 1. So like for solids will come infinity number of surface areas. For example, if you take a cube, for a cube, you will get surface areas 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like in different number of surface areas will be present for solids. So that's what infinity number. If you come for liquids, 1. Surface areas will come for liquids, only 1, which is exposed to, even that will be in container or anywhere, only one part, one layer will be exposed to the atmosphere. Next for gases, no surface area, 0. 0 surface areas will come. This is general classification and then property of the solids and liquids. So now come to the solids. Solids further classified into 2 types. Solids are further classified into 2 types. One is crystalline solid, and amorphous solids. Solids are classified further, crystalline solids and amorphous solids. What is the difference between these crystalline solids and amorphous solids? The major difference actually, with this only we can predict which can be called as a crystalline and which can be called as a amorphous. The first one, the major difference between these two, if atoms of a solid is arranged in a particular shape, that is crystalline. If particular shape is arranged, that will be called as a crystalline solid. If no particular shape is present, if atoms are not in particular shape, it will be called as a amorphous. Solids. Based on this arrangement only, we can say them as a crystalline and as well as amorphous. And here, crystalline solids are long range order. What is this long range order? I am saying that crystalline solids, atoms are arranged in a particular shape. That particular shape will be for longer order. It's not like 1, 2, 3 atoms are arranged in particular shape, afterwards it is changed. For long range it will be similar kind of arrangement. With one example you will get better idea. In amorphous, short range order. Next, crystalline solids will have sharp melting points and boiling point. Exactly particular temperature only they can melt and boil. Sharp temperatures will be. But here, no sharp temperatures, no sharp melting point and boiling point. This approximate. We can say some from 200 degrees Celsius to 210 degrees Celsius. Like approximation can be, but sharply so and so temperature cannot be predicted for the amorphous solids. Next, crystalline solids are anisotropic in nature. Amorphous solids are isotropic in nature. So now the point is, what is anisotropy? So anisotropic nature means physical properties of physical properties of a solid is different. Physical properties of a solid is different in different direction. Different in different direction. This is called anisotropic in nature. For example, you take a one solid, like I have arranging atoms in one particular shape. Like this. You consider, look at here. From this point, I will make two directions. This is A point you take. A to B direction I am going, and A to C direction also I am going. If you see the arrangement of atom A to B, one side we have circles, another side we have a dot in AB direction. But when you see in AC direction, AB direction, all the atoms are different. Arrangement is same or different? Different coming. Look at here. A to B, one side circles, another side dots. But A to C, circle, dot, like different arrangement is coming. This is called anisotropy. A better example I can say in graphite. In graphite if you take, so anisotropic nature in this crystal, in the AB direction, arrangement of atoms is different. AC direction, arrangement of atoms is different. Within the solid, in different direction, we have different physical property. For a better example, we can take graphite. Graphite, all the atoms are arranged in a hexagonal shape. And moreover, it is a layered structure. It is layer 1, it is layer 2. And graphite is a good conductor of electricity due to having free electron on every carbon. So electrons will flow within the layer very effectively. So the conductivity will be high within the layer. But between the layer, graphite molecules are held by weak van der Waals forces. Held by weak van der Waals forces, and the length will be more, bond length will be more. So in order that electron flowing ability will decrease. So conductivity between the layer is less, within the layer is high. So same conductivity property within one crystalline solid has different values. So different physical properties are different in different direction. Will be called as a anisotropic nature. But in solid, in amorphous solids, it will be an isotropic nature. You go any direction, any amorphous solid, ultimately they will have the same kind of property, physical properties will be present. So this is the major difference between crystalline solids and amorphous solids. But apart from this, we will have one more term which is called supercooled liquid. Supercooled liquids. If not supercooled liquids, it will be called another one, pseudosolids. Pseudosolids. So what is meant by pseudosolids actually? Or supercooled liquid. Best example for this is glass. Glass will come a best example for pseudo solids or super cooled liquids. They looks like as a crystalline solid, but they are not as a crystalline solid. They are very easily breakable, and they will have very less flowing ability. Generally solids should not have flowing ability, but super cooled liquids will have the very slow flowing ability. They are the liquids actually, but super cooled, heated at high temperature and suddenly brought to the lower temperature, sudden cooling. That leads to super cooled liquid. Example is glass. And for crystalline solids example, if you take crystalline solid example, crystalline solid examples, there are more. Metals are crystalline. Diamond is a crystalline. Ionic compounds are crystalline. Ionic compounds, graphite, C60, fullerene, Buckminster fullerene. Amorphous salts, amorphous salts. You can take coal, glucose, etc. These are